Hello everybody, Lex Gray here with another video. This will be another one-shot using our character Drake that I made a few videos ago talking about the Cairn 2nd edition and making the character sheet from the player's guide. Now I recently got this book from the box set and I am going to do a one-shot using Magic the Gathering cards as a procedural oracle. So when we draw a card, it will basically guide the story. Of course, we'll start with a location card that I have a separate pile of. And all of these cards are a combination between instant cards, creatures, and such, sorcery cards, which we will be drawing mostly from. So to recap our character we created a couple videos ago, we have Drake here. He has a horse with 6 HP, 4 slots, 4 additional slots for items. Our character's Drake's starting HP is 8 out of 8. He has an armor of 2. His Bonzar is Mischievous Spirit. His background, he's an outrider. Traits are lanky, weathered, oily hair, broken, gravely, bloody, tolerant, deceitful. So definitely a mixed bag. His stats I rolled up equally across the board, so we have 12, 12, 12. He's a very above average individual, outrider. So an outrider, I recall correctly, was page 50 something, 53, yep. So an outrider is somebody who, let's see, your coin comes from escorting caravans, tracking fugitives, or lending your blade to a cause. So we're basically a go-to for anyone in need of help. That's our character. Let's go ahead and we'll keep this booklet nearby just in case we need to take a look at the rules, but the rules are relatively simple. This is a D20 game, a roll under D20 game. So I have my whiteboard here this time, which I always forget to use. We got some markers. We have blue for anything related to our character if we have any encounters. This kind of purple reddish marker for enemies. And of course we have our standard black marker here for everything else, for story details. So let's draw a location to see where our character will begin. We'll keep it on the map here on the board. Okay, we're on an island. That works. I like that. So I'll keep this right up here. We are on an island, just in case you can't see it. And the first thing we encounter will basically help us craft a starting story. All right. Village Rights. That's the title of the card. It says additional cost. Well, it says the scaly raised scorn poles in conquered villages. I'm assuming we're dealing with a village. And because our character, again, is an outrider, so this card kind of lines up well with our characters, which means I'm assuming our character is doing something with a village. Let's draw either one or two more cards to get more context out of this start. So we have a village. We have here swords to plowshares. It says the Archimate Blade has carved a path of light for the piece that will follow. This is literally lining up perfectly for our character. So we have a village. I swear these cards were not put in order. I had them shuffled just before recording. So we have a village. We have swords. Someone, basically our character is most likely the one on the card there. We are being heroic or we're being helpful to some extent. And obviously I still have my one-page mythic cut out here if we need something besides the cards. Let's draw one more card, and I think we'll be set for the start here. Hopefully it's something conflicting. Okay, there we go. That's something I really wanted. We have Fear, Fire, Foes. So automatically I'm thinking that our character here, Drake, is dealing with a threat that's causing trouble for this village that we're helping. So to keeping things simple, we're helping this village. This is our action here. We're basically being heroic and we're fighting off this foe, or it actually says foes. So okay, we have a start. Now we need to roll some dice here to figure out if we can overcome this problem, this obstacle. Now the village is, like I said, on this island. Maybe this can be like day 1 of 5. let's try that. Let's make it where we go through this character's life in 5 random days. So we'll do the first day here. I'll do at the bottom of the board here. So this will be day 1. Okay. Or better yet, I can use a die. There we go. I'll use a die to track the amount of days. So this is day 1 of 5. Okay. And in day 1, we are dealing with this threat. And the threat is causing problems with the island, with this village in the island. Okay. So let's roll our D100 to see what the threat is doing exactly. 57 harm. That is perfect. I assumed it was harm related. 16 damaged. This start is like, it's Mozart. It is Beethoven. This is absolutely perfect in every way. We just rolled up 2 things that literally defining what this threat is doing. So to overcome this threat, we have to fight it. And this will be a macro approach, macro play. I'm not going to the fine details of what we're doing here for the character, like which sword, how is it going to strike. We're going to keep this procedural. So we're going to, let's have this card. You know what? This card will be our character. All right, so this is the location and the context of the situation. Or I should say, this is the region. This is the specific location we're in. And this is our character here. And this is the threat. So let's do a dex save to see if we go first in this bout. And again, this is day 1 of the situation. Okay, so we're going to roll a d20. And our dexterity is 12. Let's roll. We do not go first. The threat goes first. So this threat, we need to give him some stats, or them some stats. Let's use, again, this kind of purple marker here. Let's give them, I'm not going to give them any strength, dexterity, or will. I'm just going to give them a straight up HP. So let's say HP, we are at 8. Let's do half. We'll do HP 4. His defense, his armor, I should say, is going to be, let's have him be 1. This will be a simple start, not overwhelming. His damage die, his attack die, will be essentially his weapon, will be a D4. We'll keep him at that 4 range. Okay, so he's going to attack us, which makes sense based on our roll. I'll use a, let's see, the D4, a red D4. There's no attack rolls in Cairn. You just roll straight damage. So there you go. 4 minus 2, that puts us down to 6. We have 2 we have 1 armor, my apologies, so 3. We take 3 damage. 7, 6, 5. We are down to 5. So right off the bat, we take a hit. And then we're going to roll our damage. Our attack die, which will be a D10. We'll use the blue D10 here. We are attacking them. 4 minus the 1 armor, so he is going to, or they are going to go down to 3. There we go. All right. And then they will attack. 2 minus 1, we take another damage of 1, so we're down to 4 now. We attack back with our long sword, D10, which is a 2-handed weapon, so we don't have a shield. 7 damage is pretty significant, which knocks out and defeats this villain. So that villain has been incapacitated. Thus, we put the card at the back of the deck, and we'll run into him in a future video, most likely. So, mission accomplished. That was day 1. The village will pay us an award for helping. I'm going to say probably do 2d6 gold. That'll be 6, 7, 8. That's all they can afford. I'm okay with that. We are up to 20 gold. And let's go ahead before the day closes out. We're going to heal back to D8. Well, let me clarify this really quick in the book. So there is a process to heal. Let's go to the index or the table of contents here. So core rules, basic rules 62, page 62. Just confirming I could just do a full heal. Healing recovery, resting for a few moments, having a drink of water, restores lost HP, but may leave the party exposed. Okay, we are in a safe area, so I'm not worried about that. We can just grab some rations, eat some food locally, which puts us down to 2 rations. Don't have water, I'm not going to worry about that. And we're healed back up to 8. Excellent. All right, we are back in the village, and then thus day 2 begins. It's the next morning, and let's go ahead and draw a card to see what our character is going to be dealing with now. So the next situation will be Goblin Fire Leap. So we can say it's just a goblin. Maybe the creature does attacks the village, as we are the protector of this village. So I will put us in another bout. This goblin, though, surprises us, because, again, the leaper, I can use that to our contextual advantage. It will have the first go. So, again, this is day 2 out of 5. We will roll for attack with the goblin, or, better yet, we're going to do a dex save for our character. I'm going to cheat here. Can he avoid being surprised? And what I can do is roll for, because he's surprising us, we can roll for disadvantage. I'll roll the higher die, but I'm giving our character the chance to attempt and avoid being surprised. So dexterity, 12 or less. Okay, so yeah, there's a disadvantage of 15. So he does attack, they do attack first. Let's get some stats on this goblin. Look at his card here. It looks pretty, like a fairly simple character. So, HP of, let's do the same. Well, last one was 4, so let's stick with 4 for now. No armor. If that's the case, I'm going to bump him up to 5 then. If there's no armor, I'm going to bump him up to 5. And his attack will be a D6. So, no armor, but he is going to be a little tougher with a D6. Okay, so he attacks first with a red D6. 3 minus 1, that's 2, so we take 2 damage, which will be 6 total currently. Drake is going to attack with his trusty long sword. And where is that D10? Here it is. So we put this right here. We're attacking back. 10! That is huge. We wipe out this guy in one go. Bada bing. We completely obliterate that goblin. So he goes to the back of the deck. That's going to be some gold, because it was just a simple creature. Let's do a D1, D6. That's 5 gold pieces for our character. Coming from the mayor of this village, who's grateful for our protection. We're basically getting paid for our deeds. Okay, so now let's add some spice to this. Our character wants to leave the village. Not the island, where basically the whole thing happens on this island. So we're going to leave the village. I will keep this in the corner for now. We're still, it's still within reach. But he wants to leave the village. This will be at the end of the day. We're on the tail end of the second day. And what does he run into as he kind of explores the island a bit? Ooh, interesting. So it's nighttime, I'm assuming, based on that. And he sees something. He sees this illusion. Okay, so this illusion, what exactly is it going to be? Let's get our D100 and ask the one-page mythic. 86 looks like will be our roll here, which is going to be positive, so it's not a threat. 49, large. It's a large positive illusion. Okay, so this illusion is a large positive illusion. I need more context. So let's say we find a location. We find a new location. This is what we find. It looks like some kind of, well, it does match the island theme. So again, this is our region. This will be the focused area we're in, the area of interest. And it looks like it's some kind of canyon. Hard to see from that angle. Let me take a quick little glance at it. So it seems to be too large. It's a battlefield. So okay, it's a battlefield. It's a graveyard of ships and looks like bodies and stuff. So not positive per se, but there's no one here because of the positive oracle question we just had earlier. So, not an illusion. I think I'm going to say that he sees illusions, like he sees wandering spirits from this graveyard of battle, of a fierce battle that happened eons ago, or not eons ago, let's say 50 plus years ago, decades ago. And well, we can put this card away. So he's looking around and he finds something. He finds a weapon or something of protection. So let's go to our player's guide. I'm gonna go to our equipment list here. Let's see. Character traits marketplace is page 16, which has all the items we need. Okay, so I'm going to say he finds the longsword is pretty strong in its own right, so he finds some armor. Let's say he finds chainmail. So, oh, and he does have a horse. I forgot about that. So chainmail takes up, it's going to be 2 armor, chainmail. So that goes in our notes here because this is our horse. I forgot we had the horse. Chainmail, and we have to use up the 2 slots, so I'm going to note that. And that's going to be armor of 2. So armor of 2. That bumps us up to 2 total. It doesn't stack, it just replaces our previous armor. Okay, so he's in this island. Now, it's the nighttime, so we're going to set up camp and rest. So we're going to heal. He finds a safe spot to heal. And we're going to have to use our rations again. So we're down to 1 ration. Probably should have stocked it before we left. Forgot about that. Okay, day 3 arrives, and we are still in this island. We're still in this this battle area, this graveyard, and we're going to leave it and head back to, or maybe explore a bit more of this graveyard. So let's say we explore a bit. Okay, I'm going to draw a card to see what we find. Oh, we find a couple of marauders. We find a couple of let's say the undead soldiers, because it says soldiers, so we find a couple of dead skeletons, dead soldiers from this battle. So let me put this card back up here for our location. And are they a threat? We have to see if they're a threat. I'm going to roll a D100. Ask the Oracle. I'm going to say 50-50. They are indeed a threat. There's 2 of them. Okay. So we have 2 of these spirits, or these the undead. They are going to attack us as we're exploring. So again, there's 2 of them. And their HP per is going to be the following. So we have, let's see, HP for the first one, and then the second one. Let's have them be pretty weak. So 4. And their attack type, no armor, obviously. Their attack per is going to be, again, just 4 across the board. There we go. Again, that's not really per the rules. You're supposed to give them a strength, dexterity, will. I'm not doing that. I kind of just like giving them simple stats like that. And now, I think because they're slow, if they're zombies or skeletons, they're not exactly Olympic athletes. So we're going to assume we attack first. So I'm going to roll our trusty D10, our longsword. Attack. And 5 is going to take out one of them. There goes 1. I'll put a note here that they probably dropped something. And then the next one is going to attack us with his legendary D4. 2, our armor's 2. It negates that, nullifies the damage. We attack back. 2 is enough to weaken him halfway. There we go. And he attack backs. 1 is not enough to beat our armor of 2. We attack back. 10 obliterates the zombie. And that's going to be 2 items they drop. So, let's see. Let's say they drop some gold worth 10 gold. I'll take it. 10 gold. I'll update my gold now to 35. Perfect. We didn't take any damage. We're not really worth We don't need to heal. We need to head back to our village because we are low on rations. So that was the morning. So let's say we are on the tail end of the day. We're heading back to the village. So we're leaving this location. I'll put this location on the back. And we arrive back at the village, and it's dusk. So we're right here. We're back at the village. Let's see what we encounter at the village, or at least at the entryway. Let's see here. Someone is in trouble. Swiftfoot Boots. We have someone who is pleading for help. And, okay, so there's the village. I'm going to put this back over the island. Here's us. These guys run over to us. It is a villager asking for help. And the situation is... So, a family member of this villager got stuck in... We can literally take it... We can take it literally. Got stuck in some slime. Or some monster is attacking a villager trying to eat them. Okay, so... It's at night. I mean, this is why the creature showed... This island is terrible. The real estate values must be super low. So we follow this villager to the family member that's being is being eaten alive, or almost stuck in some weird goo, and it turns out to be a creature. So we'll put the villager aside. We're gonna try to use our willpower, which includes knowledge, to figure out a way to get this strange creature off of this this villager, this family member. We're gonna roll a d12 here, 12 or less. Sorry, d20. 4 is a success. So let's roll for some context. What do we have to do here? Whoops. Of course I bump it. There we go. What do we have to do here to free this villager from this strange slimy monster? 36. Distance. 5. Bleak. We have to take it to the water. If we don't, it's going to kill him. So again, distant, the water, the ocean, and bleak, meaning it's going to have to happen now. So we need to find a way to get this... Oh, water. We need water. So basically, our character says we need water. We need to wash off this creature. Maybe our character, Drake, has dealt with this before. And the villager, maybe it's the child of this father. He says, there's a well or some water down the alley there. So we get a bucket of water, and we come back with a bucket of water. And let's see if it works. I'm going to say 75% chance it works. It does. Okay, so it washes off the villager from the slime monster. The slime monster kind of, he doesn't die per se, but he melts into a puddle, like the Wicked Witch of the West, East or West, or whatever, whichever direction. The Wicked Witch of the West, I think, from Oz. I can't remember. But anyways, that's what happens to the monster. He kind of scurries away and falls into a well or some kind of ditch, and he's gone. So we dealt with that. And so the father, this card right here represents the father and son. They thank us for the help, and they give us 5 gold. So now we are at 40 gold. So we're kind of like a fixer for this place. So there goes the family. We'll put them in the back of the deck. And that is it for day 3. Second to last day. We are day 4 now. We wake up. We're rested. We're going to go shopping. So let's go to a vendor. The vendor will be just this d20 here. And let's see how much stuff he has. That's plenty. 19 is a lot. So we're going to buy some rations. That will cost us, let's do rations will be d6. 2 gold per. So we're going to buy 2. And we're back to 3 here. So we're down to 36 gold pieces. And he's asking us if we want anything else. We have pretty good weapon armor. Let's sell the leather jerkin. I'm going to say d6. Oh, actually, I think they have a resale value in the game, or at least half of it. Let's see here. Marketplace is 16, so I'm assuming it's half. Leather jerkin is going to be... I think it might be based on our character background. So I have to go to our character background. 53. The leather jerkin wherever it may be, 1 armor. So we need to find a leather-related armor. Let's see. 1 armor, Gamerson, 15. I'm going to say it is 7 gold pieces. We sell it for 7 gold pieces. So let's take that off our list here. Okay. So we get 43. We now have 43 gold pieces. And while we're in the shop, something happens. So we're in the shop, and doesn't have to be terrible, but okay, a monk walks in, enters the shop, and sees that we are enlightening. They give us some advice. They ask us a question. Maybe they need to, let's just ask the oracle. See what this monk wants. 30. Deceit. Uh-oh. Might be a problem. 57. Modern deceit. So, this monk or cleric or some religious individual walks up into the shop, approaches us, and sees that we are this towering individual who is clearly well stocked for with items, and so I think this actually could be just a general bandit in disguise as a priest or something. So he's asking us if we could come to his church and help us with a problem. We are obviously very not gullible, but I completely forgot about the mischievous spirit. Oh, actually, that might be good. So we do have this mischievous spirit. I completely forgot about it. It could have been the whole plot of this episode, of this one shot, but let's tie it in now. So we kind of get suckered into this guy. He's like this. It's a bandit. It's clear, but he's acting like a religious individual, a priest or of sorts. And he says, I sense you have internal problems, internal sins you need cleansing. And we think about the mischievous spirit. And so the spirit starts talking to us in our head, starts giving us bad thoughts, and we basically are still in control of our mentality, and we say, yes, we do need help. So we follow this guy back to the said church. We enter the church, but he locks us in. Okay, so now we're in the church. I'm gonna put. I don't have a card representing a church, so all I'll do is just write down church here. It is an abandoned church, or some building. It looks like it's something like a church. So the individual locks us in, and something happens. So I'll keep him off to the side here, maybe just right here, and something happens. Okay, perfect. So this does kind of line up. So here's something crazy I'm thinking about. This bandit, or this, it's a cultist. It is a cultist. He brings people in, innocent or not, anyone, and has the main lead cultist, the head cultist, fight and kill this person, and they steal from them, they hoard them, etc. So we are in a combat with a lead cultist. Okay, that works. So let's get some stats here. I'll keep we'll put this card away. We're done with him. And so lead cultist, it's just one guy. This could be almost our boss fight at this point. HP, let's put him on the tougher side. We'll do 6. He's not wearing any armor in the picture, but maybe he has some kind of magic that defends him. So let's say armor, we'll do 1. And his attack is going to be a D6. Line up at 6 with 6. Okay. So we'll go first because we're not, it's no surprise. He's just threatening us. So we're going to attack with our D10. Here we go. 7 is pretty good. 1, so he's down to... Oh, we take him out in one go. Okay, well, he drops down. He did not expect us to be so powerful. And so he is... Okay, we take him out. So we defeat him. Okay, that was pretty quick. That's why you probably should use the strength attribute. And then the door opens and the cultist runs in to see we defeated his boss. And then he's going to fight us. So we can put this guy back. That was a pretty quick kill. Probably should give him a little more stats. And this regular day cultist is just an HP. Let's do 4, no armor, attack will be D4. So he's going to try attack. I'll let him attack. So if it's like a video game, we defeat the enemy and then he brings them back up. So he'll be a D4. He's going to attack us with a red D4, which is around here somewhere. There we go. 4 is, well, that's the most he can do. So that's -2 of our armor. So that's going to be 6. We take 2 damage. Oh, he's tougher than the other guy. And now we're going to attack with our D10. 6. That's going to be plenty. So we wipe him out. We defeat the cultist. Okay. Great. Now, we find a spellbook. He drops a spellbook, or the main lead cultist drops a spellbook. So we put the card away here. Love how we got taken from a shop to an abandoned church and almost got ambushed by a couple of rogue cultists. So we find a spellbook, and I'm gonna get this from the book here. Let's see. Spellbooks are going to be the magic, I'm assuming. Page 67. Let's see. I love the spell system in this game. I'm hoping that's it. Find spells here. We'll pause the game and pause the video for 1 second. The spellbook is in the Warden's Guide. So we're going to do a D100, because I think that's the last first edition. So we'll get our D100 dice, which are in front of me. Roll it. And 62 is going to be the following. We have passage. No, phobia. Okay, so phobia. Let's see what this does. I'm going to write this in our book here. Phobia, or I'm going to write in our character sheet. Spellbooks I'm going to put right here. So phobia is a spellbook. I'm going to put spellbook for SB star. There we go. The phobia spellbook, it says here that a nearby creature becomes terrified of an object of your choice over time. Haunting abstract art or begins to fill its pages. Okay. So it's more of a distraction. It's kind of a mental magic ability. Okay, so we find that interesting. Okay, so we leave the church. We're going to head back to our safe house, wherever we usually are cozied up. And we're passing through, or we live here. I don't know. So I'm not really worried about it. Okay, so day passes. We healed up as usual. And it is going to be day number 5, the final day of this story. So we are no longer in the church. We're done with that little subplot. And we're going to draw a card to see what happens. This has to be something Titanic Brawl. This is it. Okay, so let's say, for context, Titanic Brawl, something that this card draw is, today has been great drawing cards. So we have to fight something that's a rival to us. Some kind of arch nemesis. So let's ask the one-page mythic what this nemesis is doing. Information, okay. 57. Modern information. So we got modern again. Modern information. This enemy, this problem that approaches us is bringing us information. And it is a bounty. So there is a bounty on our head. We've been hiding in this island for weeks, maybe. And this big, maybe it's a hunter. So this large orc, let's just say it's an orc. So this will be our boss. I'm going to do orc. He's a hunter. He's a bounty hunter, so I'll just yeah, obviously he's a hunter. It's a hunter. His HP will be 12. I'll make him tough. Armor of, gosh, I don't want to make him impossible, but let's see. We'll do armor 3, which is the maximum. His damage is a D8. I'm trying to balance it out, not make him impossible, but I want to make him tough. So there we go. So he is here to collect his bounty, and he sees us. He found us. So now it's going to be a fight to the death. Okay, so here we go. Let's get our weapons ready. A D8 for him. And there we go. This is our boss fight. This is it. So we go, let's see who goes first. Let's just roll 2 D20s and see who goes first. Blue is us, red is them. We go first, 12 to 10. Okay, here we go. We're going to roll our attack die. Or, I'm sorry, we're going to roll our weapon die. 3 is... Oh, that's not enough. He negates damage of 3. Okay, so he attacks back. 5 minus 2. That's going to be 3 damage. Uh-oh. Okay. 7, 6, 5. Okay. So we attack back at him. 7 minus 3. That's going to be, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 4 damage. Or, let's see, where's my... There it is. Okay, so he's down to 8. I'm standing up for this one. It's down to 8. He attacks back. Ooh, 8. Holy. Oh, jeez. That's going to be 6 damage. My gosh, we are negative. So this guy is a behemoth. So we are -1. Okay, I'm going to pause the video really quick for a moment. Okay, if we're following the rules exactly here, damage that reduces the HP below 0 is subtracted from their strength by the amount of damage remaining. The target must then immediately make a strength save to avoid taking critical damage, using their new strength score. On success, the target is still in the fight, albeit with lower score, and must continue to make critical damage saves when occurring damage. Yikes. Okay, so I'm keeping that book close. All right, so we took 1, so we need to reduce our strength to 11, and then do a strength save. Fingers crossed. You know what? I'm going to give him a chance. You guys might not like this, but I'm going to give him a chance. I'll give him advantage on the lower roll. He's a main character syndrome. And either of them did work, so he's still in the fight. Okay, so we attack back. Whoops. There we go. We attack back. That was a hell of a hit by him. 4. He takes 1 damage. Okay. It is a deadly game. There's no attack rolls. He attacks back. We have some strategy here. 3. Okay, that's just 1 hit. So we're down to 10, but we need to do another save. Again, I will do the same thing as last time. I will do the advantage. Oh, okay, wow. Okay, they both are under the score. Good. Okay, so he's going to back up. He's seeing that this guy is too strong to go head on. So he has a crossbow, which is less, but distant. We're not really tracking, distance here, but he's going to use a crossbow and fire. 3, that does not do anything. It bounces off his armor. He's going to use his action to run up to us and attack, but what I'm going to do, because he's running, I'll do a little custom house roll here and do disadvantage for his attack, for his damage roll. So these are his weapons here. 3, so that's going to be another damage taken by us. We're down to 9. Okay, which we got to do another save. I'll do the same thing as last time. We'll roll 2. 4. Okay, the 7 qualifies. We're fine. Gosh, we don't have a potion either. I regretted to, but I should have bought a potion. But he did not expect this guy to show up. So, okay, now we attack back. He's close to us, so the crossbow didn't work last. We're going to try the longsword again. 4. Shoot. Gosh, we cannot get some damage on this guy. 6. Oops. That's what happens when you keep the Sharpie out too long on the marker. There we go. Let's use the other marker. So close that up while it gets renewed. There we go. 6. Okay. He's going to attack back. 4. That's -2. Shoot, we are going to die here. 7 strength. And as usual, I'm going to use 2d20. Oh, gosh. Okay, so when you fail a roll, it was bound to happen. We were not expecting this guy. The reason why he's a hunter in the first place. Let's go to the rules here. When you are combat. So, attribute loss. If taken outside of combat, let's see, character death. Cannot do anything. Okay, so, on success, the target must immediately... Any pizza that suffers critical damage cannot do anything but crawl weakly, gasping for life. Given any aids, bandages, they can stabilize. If left untreated, die within the hour. NPCs and monsters that fail critical damage to save are considered dead. Okay, that's not us. Some enemies will have special abilities, blah, blah, blah. So, we can no longer fight. So I have to remove the die off the field. But, hold on a second. Giving my character a lifeline here. Something happens, I'm assuming. 55. Good. Okay. 55 again. Wow. Mechanical. Good mechanical. Maybe someone comes to our aid? A villager, per se? A bird. Oh, our horse. Our horse shows up. I forgot about our horse. So, again, our horse is a... It is a character. So, it's a bird. So, I'm going to say a companion. So, the horse comes in the last moment, and it runs in and basically rushes this orc, and it's trying to attack him. So I don't really have an attack die for the horse, but let's give him a d6. I mean, I'll give him an advantage because he's galloping really fast at the our trusty horse rushes in and tries to tackle or run into this orc. So I'm rolling 2d6, which is the highest roll. 6. Wow. Okay, so he does 3 damage. Okay, and on that the orc gets pushed back onto the ground because of this massive horse, probably the same size. And let's draw another card. Oh, so there is a villager sees us getting attacked, and again, we're kind of respected here in town. So this villager, this spray, comes in and is going to help. So we can't forget about our horse here. Put this right down here. This villager comes out of nowhere. Maybe the horse. Okay, let's say this: the villager was on top of the horse. It is someone we helped from earlier. He jumps off, and now he's standing in front of us with a rusty old sword. He's not a fighter. He's just here to help. So let's give him some stats here really quick. So this is a villager. I'll put him over here. Villager. He'll have an HP of 4. He's not very tough. No armor. His attack is a D4, but he sees that we are in aid. And while the orc is struggling to get back up, the villager is going to try to bandage us up. So we're going to heal D6, 5, while the orc is distracted. And that will heal us back up from their strength. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're back to normal strength. Like so. Actually, no, you cannot recover strength. I forgot about that. You cannot recover strength. That requires a week's rest. So we go from -1 to 4. Okay, so our HP is back. We are back in the game. The villager helped us, and he is a companion now. He's here to help. The horse is kind of off to the side. And the orc stands back up. So now we're going to roll again to see who goes first in this round. Consider round 2, technically. So where's my d20 for the red die? Let's see here. I know I have a red die for d20. I guess let's use this one here. Okay. Go, the d8's there. I knew I was missing something. Anyways. Okay, so we go first. The green die was him. We're going to attack the orc. Oh, here it is. I'm sorry. I was blending in with the background on my mat here. So we're going to attack back. We have our d10. That guy was bandaged. He was able to help us. So here we're going to attack. We'll give our ally here a d4. Oh, right, we rolled. So group attacks, I'll use it on our side of the game here, of the match. Group attacks, you roll all dice and you choose the highest roll. 4. Okay, so 4 minus armor, he's down to 2. This guy is tough. So, are we just not been rolling well enough? So he's down to 2. He's going to attack us. Like so. Let's put our dice back in their proper spots. 5. So 5, let's do half of 5 is 2.5. We'll round up to 3. We'll split the damage between our both characters. So 3, well, I can't really, I'll take 2 of it, he'll take 1. So I'm down to 2 HP again. Oh, minus the armor. So actually, 3, I'll put us down to, shoot, how to do this math here. So if I'm splitting the damage up, he rolled 5. There's 2 of us. 3 damage. I'll take 2. He takes 1. He does not have any armor. So you know what? I negate the damage. He'll take 1 hit. Okay, sorry, buddy. You gotta take 1 for the team. All right, back to our side. We're going to attack here. Ooh, 9. That's a heck of a hit. Okay, we finally finish him off. He gets destroyed there, and he has been defeated. So, D-E-D, dead. There you go. That's a Robin Hood Men in Tights reference, if you guys didn't know. All right, so let's remove all those dice off the board here. We are finalizing our day. There's our trusty horse. We can put him off to the side. We're done with him. Okay, so the villager, he's the father we helped from earlier. He saw our horse. We forgot our horse back at back at the tavern or something, tied up. So, we were in trouble. We're never, when we're out about, we're never without our horse. So we thank him for the help. And we basically conclude the story. Yeah, this villager, this father, the son, he says we're even now because he helped us. So I think I actually tied the story up pretty well. So remember, we're on the island, we're at the village, we just defeated our orc who was a hunter, a bounty hunter looking for our character, and now what I'm going to do on camera, while I'll put these away, is upgrade our character. So let's erase all these little stats here. The villager's okay, he survived. He did take that little paper cut. But in the meantime, these locations will go back in the deck here. And while we're doing this, please feel free to let me know what you thought of this approach to solo RPG, where we use I use the method of magic cards every so often. I've recently took on the idea from another YouTuber, Grey Army Gaming. So please check out his channel, Grey Army Gaming. This is where the Oracle method of using Magic the Gathering cards came from. It's a fantastic channel. If I'm not mistaken, Grey Army Gaming, no sponsor, no co-sponsor or anything like that, just a fan of the channel. So I'm trying to find the page where it says, I think, upgrading. So I might be on downtime, I believe. So page 80, or it might be in the player's guide. So that's where we are. I'm going to pause the video for one moment. So there is a training and a milestone system in the game loosely, but I'm going to do it where I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you're basically roll for each stat, and if it's above by 1, it increases by 1. So let's do the D24 strength. 6, that does not go up, unfortunately. Dexterity, well, it's equal to, I'm going to increase it by 1. So 13. Willpower, that does not go up. Then D6 for health. 3 additional health, so 9, 10, 11. There we go. Okay, so a pretty simple method to increase your character stats after one session. So there you go. That concludes our one-shot of our Drake and the Island adventure. I'm not really sure what to call it. I will have a name for it while I post the video, but this is our simple one-shot using Cairn RPG. Let me know what you guys, the second edition. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.